Hey y'all, welcome to the Hey Coworker podcast, home of your favorite not safe for work coworkers. I am RJ, the friendly neighborhood Dom, and this is
Tammy,
aka
Big Rocks,
not the little one.
never the little one.
And we are your favorite not safe for work coworkers, some of you the best coworkers in the world. Thank y'all for being here. Another week when you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be right here, liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving comments with timestamps, and we greatly appreciate it. How are you doing, friend?
I'm sleepy.
I feel you, me as well. I am tired.
Yeah.
What was up late?
We had a little random impromptu game night. Him and little one, me and Vet, just they came over to the house and we ate a little bit, played a few games, chopped it up, laughed a lot. It was a good time. Now I'm sleepy.
Played some spades. No one got cussed out.
You skimmed. You almost a few times. She looked at you as though she was going to curse you out, but she did not. So
that's true. She did get mad. She does not like this is the thing. Little one kind of knows what she's doing, but also doesn't know what she's doing, which is why I was like, when y'all said girls versus boys, I was like, Roxanne did that because she really don't care.
Don't care.
She's not concerned about this at all, and she knows that both me and Vet are going to want to win, and she's just here.
Anytime I was sitting there like counting, trying to see how many books I got, I'm like, what? And then I would think, I don't give a shit. 6. Who cares?
I was like, yeah, Rox is like,
I'm at home.
Yeah.
Ain't no money on the table.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Yeah. In worst case scenario, I'll kick y'all out. You piss me off. How many books you can get the fuck out?
It's true.
So, I really don't care. I'm not a competitive person.
I am, and I have to like put that in check sometimes, or realize when I should use that and when I shouldn't use that. Like I should use it in things that actually matter to me in my life, not necessarily the spades game, because I can't control anything else that's going on in my life. So, try to do better and grow.
Yeah, I've never been a very competitive person. I do think it's because of how self-centered I am, though. I think the level of self-centeredness I have doesn't allow for me to be competitive because I genuinely believe I'm not in competition with none of you bitches ever about anything, ever. It's literally me against me. The only person I'm trying to beat is me yesterday. That has been my mentality my entire life. I have never felt in competition with, unless it was actually a competition. Like I used to be on the dance team, so there's a very clear goal here. Dance better than them hoes. It's a very clear goal here. But like when it comes to like games and stuff like that, I just don't be. I don't know. I think I'm missing something in that. I'm missing something in that area because like. You know how people have like sports teams that they.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. It's not me talking bad about it. I just don't have that in my brain to where I can get that invested in something that I have zero control over. Them motherfuckers finna go out there and play a game that has I can do nothing to help the outcome of this at all. I can't be that invested in it because I trust myself so much to get shit done. Putting it completely in somebody else's hand and actually be invested, my brain won't allow me. I feel like I'm missing out. What if I started crying?
When you said that about playing spades yesterday, I fucking died laughing. This was like, because someone said something to me, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to cry. And we're going to play spades with me crying. And now what?
At one point, little one said something. And I was like, girl, don't worry about it because I'll flip this whole table over. Don't even worry about it. I will clear this table. So we not worried about them.
Bro, and this is the thing. We was chilling. We wasn't even talking shit. Nothing. I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
She would get mad because I look at her.
Well, you do be looking though. Like, because what you looking at her like that for?
I didn't even look at her like nothing.
Judgy and whatnot.
I was chilling. I was like, okay, you gonna play that? Okay, all right.
No, like
you forgot what that card meant.
The first hand we cut each other, both of us.
I was like, okay, the talk we just had, no one's paying attention. I said, all right, cool.
Yeah. Then I'm like, why y'all playing like this? This is stupid. Joker, deuce is dumb.
I don't. So this is the thing. Okay. In my house rules, we play Joker, Joker, deuce. That's the only spade you get. We're not giving you the other. We're giving you the deuce of spade. No other spade.
So what are you taking out of the deck?
I'm taking out the club and the heart, and there will be a deuce of diamonds. But deuce of diamonds is not. We're not. It's just a deuce of. It's just a two. And it's the only other two that's in the deck. So like those are my what's the names, and then I play blind bids. But the way I play blind bids is if that motherfucker over there bid 0, they have to get 0. And if we at any point make them win a hand, they get minus 100. So that's the only like weird thing that I got going on in my house.
Is it because the way you cut them cards?
You talking about that French cut?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the French cut?
What's not?
Y'all don't like the French cut? I like the French cut.
He started doing that, and little one said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "It's the French cut." And I said, "I'm not no motherfucking green bean, because why? What are you talking about? Why are we doing that? Why I feel so exposed? Why can everybody see one of my cards? I feel so exposed."
As the person who is cutting the cards, it ensures that it just balances everything out. As the person who's not dealing the cards,
you know
but is
what
cutting the
also
cards.
balances everything out?
What?
Nobody knowing anything.
You know what I'm saying? That's a choice. That's not one that I made.
Yeah. So and that's fine, but you need to include that in the weird shit that you do when you're playing cards. Don't just say, "Oh, I only do these two weird things."
No. Because that's the thing. That's not a house rule thing. I do that if I'm going to play spades somewhere. I will just do that. Anywhere I go, I'm gonna French cut the cards at least once. Depending on where we are in the game is when it's gonna get interesting.
Okay. I mean, it's your right, I guess, to make everybody in the room uncomfortable.
This is the thing. I've never been in a position but I could actually see myself being in a situation where I did that and a nigga pulls out a gun on you and it's like, yo, quit with the bullshit.
Because
it's so unexpected.
Because what if my card is the Joker?
This is the thing. So this is where it becomes the problem. If the man's sitting here to me,
as soon as you flip over the first card is where it becomes a problem.
No, but this is the thing. This is the thing. Where it's the worst possible way that it could happen, the best possible way that it could happen is the man sitting here to me, to my left, is dealing cards. So because he's dealing cards, I'm cutting cards, and I'm the first person to cut cards. So you see me immediately do a French cut, and it's the first hand. So if anybody's got a problem, they can say something about it. We can get it straight. It's not that big of a deal. It's cool. The problem becomes if this motherfucker here that's sitting, if my partner is the person who is dealing and he cuts the cards, and now I have to wait till we're a few games into cut the cards, and now I do that, now someone's gonna pull out a pistol on you.
I really wouldn't give a damn what hand it was. If you're just lucky that the card that you flipped over for me was a 4 of clubs. Nothing, because if it had been one of them jokers, I would have kicked the shit out of you right into that table. Because why are you exposing my hand like that? Why are you trying to let everybody know this nigga bet already over here? Yeah, you got that joker. You need to worry about what the fuck you got in you can worry about what your partner got.
Trying to call what was in your
like, why are you watching me? I don't like that. I don't like being watched in that way. I don't like being monitored like that. You need to mind yours. This is how serious I am about people minding their business when they're around me. I might have told this story on here one time, but like when my oldest get to talking too much, asking too many questions and stuff like that, I will stop him. Hey, what you supposed to be doing? And he will say, minding my business. Because that is how many times I done told him to mind your goddamn business. Stop worrying about anything else. Like, it's so hard as a very, very unnosy person to be raising a nosy ass child. He come in the room, want to know. He hear the door open. Who is that? You could go see. You cut the doors. You could go see. Oh, you hear the door close. Somebody leaving out. Where he going?
Which one is this?
Levi, my oldest.
Okay.
Yeah, he's so nosy. We want to know everything that everybody doing, and that's not me at all. I have a very hard time with it because I'm not like that. I don't care what people be doing.
I be chilling the majority of the time.
Yeah.
The little one tells me that like my face tells her when I don't care about something, and I was like, it's not like my face just looks like this. I'm just not making any expression.
You sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Cause she looking at you.
You know she.
You not looking at you.
That's true. But the problem is she gets mad when I am expressionless. Mm-hmm. Like when my face is just blank, that's when she's gonna get the most upset because she's gonna feel like you're not giving me anything to work with. But I'm like, this is
how I feel about it though.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. I understand it might not be ideal, but this is an accurate description of my response.
I didn't have anything to add. I wasn't sure.
I'm so good for
Sometimes you ever just be confused by the story, or you're just like, I don't remember. Or so this is one of my problems is the ADHD. She said something about like crayons, and I started thinking about crayons. And like how they were made and how like I really was not good at coloring as a kid. And I'll start like thinking about all of that stuff. And then she'll come back and she'll say something else. And I have no idea where she's at in that story. And now I'm just standing there and she's like, what did I say? And I hit it. And it's a thing. My recall because my recall when I come back, crayons. I heard it's like a body cam. Like I heard the last 10 seconds of whatever you said. So I repeated it back to you. I have no idea what it's in reference
to. What context?
Yeah.
Nothing to offer, but that is what you said for sure.
Yeah. I know that's what you said. And she's like, well, what was I talking about? Bro, you lost me. I repeated what you said though.
Why are we doing this? I heard you. Now you asking different questions. I don't even remember no more because I had to recall. You know, I garden a lot, so you gotta bear with me here. Like
it's
I don't.
Not even that.
That's my
bro.
That's always my
It's the ADHD. I be like, because it'll happen. That whole like you said one thing that sent me down a rabbit hole, and I'd be having to actively try to come back.
Yeah. The hard part for me is not interrupting because, and I want to interrupt. Because if I don't, I'm going to forget. Like, if I let you finish this thought, I'm never going to remember what I was going to say.
Sometimes during the pod, I'd be like, I should keep notes.
I be thinking that I don't have my...
Or like... My bad now. Or like, I'll be looking at pod footage, and I'll be like, oh, you wanted to say... I remember when I thought this, but then we moved on. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh.
Happens all the time.
What a time. So, yeah, how are you, friend? How have you been?
Outside of being tired right now, everything's been really good. Business is going good. I did a panel. Mm-hmm. So the store Shop Akira, I shop in there a lot. They reached out to me, asked me to come speak on a panel. It was me, 4 other girls, Black women, very beautiful thing. I will say I feel like I dropped the ball on content. Everybody had somebody there with them, like filming the whole thing, getting shots of them, talking to people and all that stuff, and I didn't have that. But that's pretty on brand for me because
you don't really.
No, I should, but it's very rare that I do. I be so in the moment, but I mean that's what the event was for, though. It was like content, networking. It's for that. So if there was a time to do it, it should have been then. But it was good overall. I made a lot of connections, followed a lot of people. I had a good time.
Good. I'm glad, friend.
And work is going good. I raised my prices today. It's the first. I had a monetary goal. Mm-hmm. And I said when I make this much money in a 30-day period, I'll raise the prices. That means I've had X amount of customers, X amount of experience, different, been in different situations, and I'll feel comfortable raising my prices. And I hit that within. I hit that goal, and so prices went up. Yesterday's price is quite literally not today's price.
I love that for you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm glad. Any things coming up in the future?
I don't know. I don't live my life that way.
I threw that to you like it was church announcements.
Yeah, I don't really live my life that way. We'll see. I don't have anything this upcoming week. So
it's like figuring it out. The only thing I be planning now is like, hey, what days am I actually gonna go lift and work out? because I've increased the amount of days that I'm doing lifts, so I have to actually like plan it out at least a week in advance. How I'm going to make things, and I didn't make it to the gym yesterday. I was supposed to.
Yeah,
it did not happen.
I haven't been back to the gym. I still don't think I'm eating enough. I feel like it would be counterproductive at this point. I do resistance band stuff at home pretty regularly, but that's about it. I haven't been back to the gym.
I'm trying to make sure I'm in there. And actually I've been trying to do a lot of the like rehabbing my knee type stuff. 'Cause I've had like bad knees for a long time. So I'm doing all this stuff to like rehab my knees, and it's going like real well. I'm doing my thing. I'm supposed to go to the gym and I'm doing legs today. Me and little one are going. I may actually have her do my leg day. We'll see.
According to the internet, should be a breeze. I mean, not a breeze, but it shouldn't be as hard as you think. Just because what they say is that when that's all women do is legs. Like that's the only thing we do when we go to the gym. So like
her keeping up. She if she actually, I doubt she could get through my leg day.
Don't doubt her. I think with appropriate size weights, I think she could do it. She been in the gym, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, my leg day's a little hard. It's a little hard. It's especially on the like. Yeah, she could.
I think she can. I have faith in her.
Okay.
Yeah.
She can do all things through Christ who strengthens her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like I am hesitant to say, like, because I know my baby.
Listen,
she might get halfway fed and be like, I don't want to do this no more.
I have faith in her, but it's like the spare faith that I had like in my cup holder from the last time I had to give somebody faith got a little bit back. I'm not really gonna miss it, is what I'm saying. If I don't get it back, if it doesn't come to fruition, it's just some spare faith that I had on me. That I can put over there, and I can designate it to her. Yeah.
Because I'm not saying that she don't work out, because she do, and she be with it, but she would have to be in the right mindset to try to do my leg day, and I don't think she won't do that.
I think I could keep up with Vet on the leg day. Not right now because I haven't been in the gym, but I say that because he don't work legs out. That's just his natural leg. Like he don't really work legs that much.
I am lifting on leg days. Usually leg days are my longest days in the gym.
Yeah. No, he just built like that.
Tough. Ford tough.
You want to know? Never mind. I was going to sound like a hater. I am.
No, say what you
all this ass in our relationship combined. We got all this ass in our relationship. Like together, we have so much ass in our relationship. Just the distribution of it is. He's thick, he's thick. Just naturally, don't just wake up thick as fuck. Don't gotta do nothing to get it. Just wake up thick. I tried to leave it alone and you insisted. I tried to just move on and let that thought be a thought. And you made me say that.
I'm so sorry. I pushed. And I shouldn't have pushed. Sorry. Women do be obsessed with ass, bro.
Yeah, a lot do.
Yeah.
I'm not one because I'm a hater. It's not.
Oh,
it's not. That shit not cute, bro. Like not cute. I'm not playing with you cute about it because I'm jealous. The same reason I don't have thick friends. You bitches can't come around me with all that ass expecting me to be happy for you. How can I be happy for you? Anything you doing when you talking all that ass around? It don't even have to be nothing about that. You can get a promotion at your job. Yeah, you thick bitches always do end up with a promotion. You must be fucking the boss, ain't you? With your thick ass. That's how I feel all the time.
You gotta be fucking the boss
because what you got all that ass for. That's what you fucking him or it's something to do with that ass. I know it because I know for damn sure if I had an ass like that, I'd be using it.
That is the most ungirls girl thing you've ever seen.
No, I don't keep. I used to hold thick friend application processes every year.
I remember.
Yeah, like I only keep a couple of you hoes around me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a girl's girl until it comes to body shaming. I'm shaming you if your body better than mine. Period. How I always be on here talking about niggas trying to humble women to bring their standards. That's me. Your shit ain't even that fat for real. It's kind of uneven because one of them bigger than the other. One side bigger than the other. It's a little lop. Yeah, you ain't eating that bad.
A little lop is crazy. You just gonna shorten lops. It's a little lop. Is okay, none of that be the clip.
What?
That's damn near Patreon material. Oh. We should have put that behind a paywall. God damn, friend.
So what you got going on? We got a docket.
We do. When was the last time we potted?
A week ago. Last weekend.
Was all the Deontay Kyle stuff going on?
I don't think we've talked about Deontay Kyle.
So, we were going to
on this episode.
I think so. No, we were going to last episode, and we just ended up talking about a whole bunch of stuff because it was a weekend episode, and we didn't really get to it. But I think we made like.
I'm such a fan of his.
Yeah, I enjoy him. He feels like a dude I went to PV with. Mm-hmm. Maybe that refused to graduate because he was like, "There's an A&M after that PV, so I refuse to. I refuse to get this degree." And I'm like, he feels a little bit like that, but also like in that like there's also like a few dudes like him that I think of that I enjoy.
What was the stuff with him?
Oh, so basically he came on the internet on his podcast and he was talking to men about the way that patriarchy works. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yes, when you have this thing about women being you being like more, you want to do oppression limits with you and women, but in all actuality, women have to deal with both racism and sexism. Mm-hmm. And misogyny, and the way that you project misogyny against them. Mm-hmm. It's like, and a lot of times there's a lot of domestic violence going on, and they're getting that the people that are their abusers are the people in their own community. Like he's laying out these statistical facts and telling these things, and then dudes was like, "Yo, you're pandering." And then another dude came on and was talking about stuff. You ever, and we talked about that last night, the John dude and his response. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that the Negroes have been going a little like nuts over that, and then I
follow a guy who lives in DC. I don't remember his name. It says Neighborhood or something, but he's pretty funny. I like him a lot. Very, very pro-black. You know, I like to keep that type of stuff on my timeline. But The only reason I even know anything about that John Cannon situation is because he stitched it and was like, "I've been trying to tell y'all that this nigga's weird." He just said to women, "How you gonna go in the jungle and be mad that you see a lion?"
Yeah.
Stay your stupid ass in the house if you don't want to be sexually assaulted. Duh. That's all you have to do. It's niggas outside that want to take your stuff, so stay in the house.
He tried to do it like he tried to throw in there the nuance of like women are going to places in environments like the club, like the bars, like the lounges, like the hookah lounge, and he tried to separate those places out as if like those are the only places in which women are being assaulted or targeted or harassed, and that's not what they're talking about. Like I made a video, I was like, you want them to stop engaging, because what they're actually talking about is society overall. You're talking about these specific environments and where these things are more likely, and we all understand and we all talk about those things and how to like correct those things, but those are not the environments we're talking about. We're talking about society at large, and you tried to make yourself right by like purposely doing this. So John is, and I said this to you yesterday, John is one of them people where it almost feels like he's doing it on purpose. Mm-hmm. because I've heard him make points that I'm like, okay, this is smart, and I like agree with this. And I'm not one of them people where I have to agree with everything you say in order to think that you are intelligent or whatever, or give him props or anything. He's just said things that I agree with, and I'm like, oh, he's also said a bunch of things that I'd be like, absolutely not. But every time he says something that I have like a visceral reaction to, I almost go, this is so wrong that it feels like you did this on purpose to create controversy.
If his wife wasn't white, I would believe that a little bit more. But he seems pretty committed. He talking about black women specifically. Even if he doesn't say that he's talking to black women, he talking about black women. And you married to a white woman. She different. She can go to the hookah lounge and to the club or whatever. It feels very targeted. It feels very personal as a black woman. And the fact that you married to a white woman, I don't care who you love, but when you get to talking about stuff like this, that makes a difference. Because she and I don't have the same experience. So that makes a difference for me. When it comes to his takes are trash, period. But when it comes to what he means, when he's trolling or not, that's a little bit too far commitment to the bit. You married to a white woman. That's a too far commitment to the bit for me to believe that's not how you truly feel. The things that he be saying. I believe he believe it.
I had never actually considered that as like that, what you just said. Sorry, I'm trying to process that.
I mean, because I feel like you can be, the videos that I see of him, it's never anything. I got into it with him before.
Yeah.
This was years ago, early into my TikTok career. I got into it with him, and so after that, it don't take a lot for me to write you off. I don't ever need to see it. I already have an immediate disdain if you come across my timeline, period, because we've been into it about something that I feel like we shouldn't have been into it about. You took something that I said and tried to make it something completely different, and at the time he had way more followers than me. So now all of your red pill ass following is now in my comments and my videos harassing me. So I don't fuck with him off of that, period. So anytime you come across my timeline, it's already animosity that I feel towards you. And then it never fails. It's never anything positive. I have never seen anything that he said that I've agreed with. But I also don't see him like that. Like I said, he very rarely comes across my timeline.
He'll come across my timeline speaking about, like, usually what happens is I saw one thing, and my introduction to him was horrible. And I think I made a video where I was like, yo, that's crazy. And in fact, and it was one of those things where he said something so wrong that now I look back and I go, I feel like that was on purpose. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like you said that on purpose to get this reaction, because so many people, it was one of them things where he said something so wrong, so many people had a reaction to it.
People dumb. I'm not saying he's dumb overall. I'm gonna put it in this perspective. I have posted multiple videos innocently thinking one thing, and then everybody else being like, bitch, this is common sense. You're dumb as fuck. That's not smart. Even though it wasn't, that's how they feel. You feel like, this is so stupid. No, he probably really believed that shit when he said it. Because like the walkie-talkie thing, for instance, I didn't grow up playing with walkie-talkies. I do not have any experience talking to a stranger on a walkie-talkie. I know how walkie-talkies work, but the same way there's a toy oven, there's a toy phone, there's a toy car, and none of those things operate like the real thing. I assume that this point in technology, they have figured out a way to make walkie-talkies that are marketed towards babies with Bluey on them. The same thing. It's just a toy version of a real walkie-talkie. So when I made the video, that's where I'm coming from. And all the people, to them, you're doing this on purpose because that's stupid as fuck. To them, there's no way you actually thought that. Duh, that's how walkie-talkies work. I grew up playing with walkie-talkies. To them, a lot of people thought, yeah, you got to be, this is, what do they call it?
Raise bait.
Yes, but there's another word I'm looking for. No, that's probably more accurate. Yeah, but they're thinking you doing this for views. You're doing this just to say something. No, I just don't have that experience. Like y'all grew up, and then real quick on that, so many of them were just like, yeah, I used to run around my neighborhood. Were you 4? Well, did the walkie-talkies that you were playing with have Bluey on it? Y'all talking about running around the neighborhood playing manhunt. Did you miss the part where I said my 5-year-old came to me? My 5-year-old is not outside by himself playing with the neighborhood kids. No, that's not how we live our lives. So we're not even talking about the same thing. But yeah, they thought that I was making that shit up. People do that, absolutely, but I'm not going to ever assume that you are without any other proof about that thing. I'm gonna assume that you was dumb. Or I'm gonna take it for what I'm gonna believe that what you said is what you believe. Sometime through repeated.
So this is the thing, and we talked about this then. I knew that they were. I had walkie-talkies as a kid. They didn't work very well. Mm-hmm. I've been around military folk and understand how frequencies and all that stuff works, and I still wouldn't have thought, oh, wait a minute, these frequencies are not any different than any other frequencies, and that children will have that adults will have access to these children. Because I'm not a sick-minded individual that would think, oh yeah, people are going to use this to gain access to children.
There's not a world where you as a parent hear a strange man or strange voice coming through a toy in your children's house and you not being alarmed by it. I don't give a fuck what it is. If your kid brings a walkie-talkie, you could have built walkie-talkies in your past job. And if your kid randomly comes in your house with a walkie-talkie or comes in your room and says, and you hear somebody on the other end of that motherfucker, that is alarm.
Yeah.
Period. It doesn't matter how much honey, it's no big deal. They're on the same frequency as you. The motherfucker 5, you don't give a shit. Who is this?
It's this random motherfucker over here.
Like, what are you talking about? That truly doesn't matter.
I hear you.
As a parent, you're gonna be alarmed. But yeah. Anyway, I don't ever see that guy come across my timeline. So when I do, it's bullshit. So that's just who he is to me. It's a couple of them niggas that's always in their fucking car like they ain't got no home.
Yeah, those as a nigga who be in his car like he ain't got no home, because that's mainly where I'm filming now. It's true. Like here, like it's where I'm sitting right now, and in my car is usually 2 places I'm gonna film. I don't like the takes. They're just not good takes a lot of the time when I'm seeing those, and a lot of them don't come across my timeline anymore. I have filtered out a good portion of that.
There are men in my comments right now. I made a video using the sound from 21 Instagram. Using the sound from 21 Questions. Mm-hmm. Did you see the video when he's like yeah. He's asking the questions and I'm like, hell no, fuck no. And he's like, would you poof and disappear like some of my friends? And I literally just poofed out the screen. And it's, the vast majority of the men are laughing. Even if they say something like, nah, this bitch really disappeared, or that's what's wrong with y'all hoes. But they're still putting laughing emojis. Yes. It's still lighthearted and fun. And then there are some that is just like,
they hurt.
But first of all, this is a joke.
Yeah.
It's a 50 Cent song. I am laughing the entire time.
Yes.
This is a joke. Second of all, somebody was like, and that's what's wrong with you women these days. Y'all don't have no type of loyalty. You leave at the first sign of trouble. I said 25 years in prison is the first sign of trouble. What the fuck are you talking about? What reason would you have to randomly start stinking, nigga? That nigga said, if I didn't smell so good, would you leave? Why do you stink as an adult, as a grown ass man who does know how to wash your ass because you didn't used to stink? Now all of a sudden you stink?
Because when you got me, you didn't stink.
Otherwise you wouldn't have got me. If I didn't smell so you used to smell good and now you don't.
What do you do? What has changed?
Why? If I got locked up for a quarter century, I wouldn't be with a nigga who asked me to hold him down for you out your the person I was talking to, I said, so would you hold your girl down for 25 years? He said, absolutely. We locked in this loyalty. I said that I couldn't be with nobody who asked me to do no shit like that. You want me? Here's the thing.
To put my life on hold.
Here's the thing. I do not actively date niggas who should be going to jail for 25 years. I don't date criminals. So anything that you did to get locked away for 25 years, likely I didn't know about it. What can you do to get locked away for 25 years that I should still be supporting you?
No, I was just going to say that's a little hypocritical of you to not date criminals.
Who gonna take care of the kids? Somebody's got to be out of jail. If I come up there to your trial, they gonna find out about them fucking warrants that I got. Now we both locked up. We both can't be criminals. Somebody has to stay out. And I have a laminated card. You're not committed as I am. I'm in this.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got a whole villain roll out.
And my crimes are petty. I'm not going to jail for 25 years.
5 at most.
At most. And I've gotten out of a couple of tickets. I don't know, depending on what the judge and the jury is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't date those type of niggas. Like, I'm not dating drug dealers, gang members, and stuff like that.
No.
If you do, you kind of got to go into that understanding what could possibly happen. My nigga work on cars. So anything that you go out and do that gets you locked up for 25 years, you did despite me.
He's like, I had no idea.
I did, because I don't get down like that. So then, not only did you go to jail for 25 years, you asked me to put my life on like I did a fucking crime. You out your goddamn mind. You're out of your mind. But you might as well stay in there after them 25 years because I'm insulted and I don't let shit go.
So the thing that I do now what I'm starting to do now, when men come into my comment section and and they say them type of things, I do something that makes them genuinely disturbed. I show them care and affection, and they get so confused. Mm-hmm. If you just be like, damn, bro, like, you sound like you've been through a lot. It's like
you can do that because they like niggas.
No.
Yeah, they take that type of those type of words and stuff from niggas way better than they take it from me.
No. If I were you, I would do it as well because this gonna infuriate. When I do it, it infuriates them. They don't know how to deal with that type of like care or affection. They just get really, really mad.
I can make them mad without caring about them or making them think that I care about them. If I don't have to do that, I won't. If I don't have to show, if the goal is just to infuriate them, I can do that. I can piss them off without pretending to care.
No, so it's not even me. So I care about them the way that I care about society as a whole. And I think that everybody should have somebody that cares about them. And the fact that you are projecting right now and acting in a way that I feel like makes you someone that most, or if no one cares about, you are acting as though no one cares about you. And that feels like a very like horrible position to be in.
I don't feel like everybody deserves that. I feel like everybody has deserved that at some point. And then a lot of people will move through life and you make decisions to where it would be nice if somebody chose to still care about you, but I completely understand why they don't. And I don't fault them for that.
Absolutely.
Because look at how you act with me, a stranger.
It makes me sad that you're at this point. And I really hope that like this is not a depiction of your actual real life. Because the things that you were saying in this comment section lead me to believe that like you struggling in a real way. I'm like, this is the thing. When dudes be like, you be broke and she'll leave you, you'll be fat, and she'll find somebody taller. This is the thing. I've been fatter than this. I've been skinnier than this. I've been broker than this. I've been richer than this. I have never been bitchless.
Never. It's you, bro.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like
yeah, it's not.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I've made videos about this, and of course they don't like it. I don't give a shit though. But a lot of y'all niggas just not who you think you are. You aren't who you think you are. And as a person who is exactly who I think I am, like in real life, because I don't think super highly of myself or, nothing crazy. I am who I know myself. I know exactly who I am. Mm-hmm. They don't deal well with that because they are not who they think they are. They think they got a lot more emotion than they do. They think they got a lot more pull, a lot more appeal than they do. And you move like that, you think what you're saying holds more weight than it does.
Yeah.
And it's like, you shouldn't be embarrassed about what you saying not holding no weight. You should be embarrassed about thinking that it does and it don't. Because I don't expect for my opinion to be valued by everybody. I know that though. I can come on here and I can say stuff and I'm fully aware and have the understanding that everybody not gonna fuck with what I gotta say. A lot of people out here think that I'm the realest nigga in the room and everybody should fuck with me. No, nigga. That's not how it works.
I rarely want to be in those rooms. I don't. Ain't nothing for me in them rooms. I would like to chill and be over in my own room where everybody can leave me the fuck alone. Nah, I be chilling. Especially now as I've gotten older and I be like, and I'm just very aware of how the humans move and what I'm like, I don't have the energy. I would rather just not interact with y'all, actually.
Yeah.
Which saves me from a lot of things. Is that the best? That's also not the way that you get community. So I have to like fix and find that, which is hard. That's one of the things that you miss about like, if you decide to leave the church, or like because I'm someone who grew up in church, it's really, church is a lot about community. Mm-hmm. Some of the things they do in those communities are absolute trash, but that is community a lot of the time. And we see microcosms of that everywhere else that you in your workplace and all of that, where people do these weird and awful things, and it's just what it is. But you miss the community that is those places sometimes. And as we have gotten away from like church as younger people are stopping going to church because we just like, some of this stuff just doesn't make sense and doesn't align.
Yeah.
And it's not, you're going against the things that you told me that it was. You told me that we were going to help the poor. You told me that we cared about the immigrant. You told me that we cared about the sick. We told me that we cared about the elderly. We told me that we loved people, that we loved our neighbor. And that don't seem to be what you are reflecting. And because that is not what you are reflecting, and that's who you told me you were, I don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I grew up in the church, but I was never in the church. I was there because I was made to be there. I was never paying attention. Like I was never paying attention. I was there just because I was forced to be there. And then when I got older and I didn't have to go, I didn't go because I was never given the choice before. So I didn't go. And a lot of it just never made sense to me. We were watching an episode of The Office, which is, and Michael actually said something quite profound, which is not a common thing.
Yeah, at all.
But he needed Dwight to do something either with or for him or whatever. And Dwight, of course, got super excited. And he was like, whatever you need, I got your back, no questions asked. And Michael looked at him and said, well, if you have questions, you should ask them. And that is one of the most profound things, because I think about often anybody telling me to do anything without questioning it, I automatically don't trust. When y'all are telling me blind faith, all you got to do, that just does not, it just don't compute. It don't
about this seems
curl
off.
all the way over for me. It's because what you mean don't ask no questions, just no. That's not who I am. I ask. I need to know. I need some background. I need more information, because I can't just accept whatever you tell me because it was written in a book that was written by a bunch of niggas a long time ago, by men.
I was like,
men. I know niggas. I know men. And I understand that this was supposed to be a long time ago, but you think the motherfuckers just started lying? I don't.
Bro, this is the thing. Biblical scholars will tell you that like the Bible is not these. They're even to the point now where they are taking passages out of the Bible because that they have realized those were not things that were originally there. There are things that were added by people to try to make sense of something because they weren't actually translating things correctly or with context. Some of the translation that you are hearing and seeing is reflecting people's biases.
Yeah.
Of course. Not actually the time of what was happening or what was meant by, but the biases of the people that translated that want to project a specific thing.
Right. I feel like it takes a certain type of trained professional to do anything unbiased. I feel like that it is human nature to be biased. I can do my damnedest to tell you a story exactly the way it happened, but that is from my point of view.
There is no way to eliminate bias.
Right.
So what we have to do is limit bias. And so a lot of times what we're doing is trying to go out of our way to do that.
Yeah.
In all facets of.
Which is just so crazy because you have so many professions that are supposed to be biased or unbiased or whatever. Like think about somebody going to court and they have to get tested to see if they're crazy or if they're in the right state of mind or whatever the case. And they have two doctors these are medical doctors who are supposed to be unbiased, simply taking the facts, and the prosecution and the defense will have two different answers. They will come up with two different outcomes. Oh no, he's not crazy, and well, no, we think he is. But if this was truly unbiased, if it's the same test or he answered the questions the same, how y'all come up with two different answers?
Bias.
For sure.
Especially if you're talking about, sorry, I was about to go into like mental health stuff. And people, if you think you have, usually if you're going in to seek mental health treatment, like say you wanted to do an intake process at an agency, more than likely they're gonna like the fact that you're already coming to them tells them that something is going on. Mm-hmm. Whether or not they accurately diagnose you with the thing, I don't know sometimes. Because sometimes I'm listening to the thing that you got diagnosed with, and I'm going, that don't sound right. That sounds like, but also that could also be my bias, because I think a lot of time we don't got to get into that. I was about to talk about a whole bunch of like mental health industry, whatever, yeah. And yeah, no.
Slight switch of gears here. I got prescribed some anxiety medicine.
Okay, which one?
I don't know. I just picked it up today. Like it showed, but it just had like the initials. I picked it up today. It starts with the MMIR, I think. But I was prescribed some anxiety medicine, but I don't know if I'm gonna take it. I don't know if I'm gonna take it because of the way she gave it to me, the way she prescribed it to me. I went to a doctor for the first time. A new PCP. I enjoyed the experience. Staff was friendly. She was great. But I was talking to her. The whole reason I went is because of my eating. I wanted to go and get my physical done, get a bunch of blood work done, because I am in therapy for the eating, but I want to be able to rule out any actual like sicknesses and stuff like that. So I go to do that. And I tell her, that sometimes I get a lot of anxiety around eating. Immediately, she was like, do you want me to give you some anxiety medicine? That was the whole conversation. I was like, I mean, yeah. But anytime somebody offers me medicine, I say yeah, because I don't have to take it. In case I'll have it in case I need it or change my mind. But I don't want to say no, even if I don't plan on taking it. I'll just have it in the event. But I was like, yeah, sure. But then I'm thinking like, I literally just said, yeah, I get a lot of anxiety around eating sometimes. And she was like, do you want me to give you some anxiety medicine? I was like, I'm in therapy. I talk to my therapist every other week. She ain't never.
That's because that's your PCP, and she's looking at immediately. Because even a and even like certain anxiety meds, PCPs are not allowed to give anymore. They have to like refer you over to a psychiatrist.
I would think so. That's why it was so. I thought I didn't. That completely threw me off. I did not think that she could.
Went to
not even that. The fact that she could. The fact that anxiety medicine is something that you, as my PCP, can give me. I would have imagined that I would need a referral to go see somebody else because you're my PCP. I'm imagining like I got a sore throat. I got not my mental health.
So your PCP can give you can prescribe psych meds depending on where you are in the country. A lot of them won't and will refer, depending on which psych med it is, they will refer you to a psychiatrist who will then be able to prescribe you whatever it is that you need. And some psychiatrists don't prescribe certain things. Like some ones don't prescribe opioids or different benzos. And so,
yeah, that's what I was expecting because I've never.
I thought there would be better guardrails.
I just didn't even think she could. I don't imagine my PCP having anything to do with my mental health. Like, this is just where I come to get my blood work done. I got a sore throat. I got whatever. So that did catch me off guard that she was even able to, but also how fast it was. It was just like, oh, well, you want something for that?
I remember when I was in the military and I was on the civilian side and I was going to see a doctor about something to do with my knee, and I was having pain in my knee, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you want pain meds?" And I was like, he immediately went to, and I was like, "This is how motherfuckers get hooked," because you just like, I'm telling you about, I have this history of this, and in this thing, I wasn't being drug seeking. I was actually looking for like, is there like exercises
or
like
physical therapy?
Something that you can refer me to. And he was immediately went to, nah, you want some pain meds?
Or like a brace or something. Like you can prescribe me a knee brace or something like that.
I'm like, bro, I do not like to be on medication.
Yeah. And so my thing is like, I don't mind being on medication, but I don't like long-term medication. I don't like the medications that have to get into your system. Like it was so funny. Wow, we're pretty far in. I feel like I can say this. I was talking to Vet and I was like, I wish they had like an anxiety inhaler, like, because most of these pills is like you just take it regularly to get it in your system to kind of keep you at a base. But what about when I'm having a panic attack? I wish there was an anxiety inhaler. I was like, oh, weed. for some,
which you can get, which in Texas you can get a medical prescription for.
And then how does that work? Where do you get the actual? Like you can get a prescription for actual THC.
Yes,
but where do you get it from? Like Walgreens. Like does Walgreens fill the prescription?
No. When we get, remind me to talk to you about it when we get off, because it's a lot simpler than you think. It's as easy as getting Blue Chew.
As someone who is it's Blue Chew is you can get it through a podcast. So.
Yes. You can. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
Well, we were. I do know I am cutting back on gardening. Yeah. Just because it's I feel like it's having
adverse effects.
Yeah. I saw a tweet where somebody said everybody is stopping smoking. What's going on? And when I clicked on it, it was a bunch of people in there saying why they're stopping. And one person said, it's just not the same. It's making me lazy instead of creative. It's messing up my appetite. I don't want to eat even after the gym. It's making me groggy. And I was like, that is causing me a lot of anxiety. She said, I quit about a month ago. I've been eating a lot better. My anxiety has gone away. I was like, that's a lot of the ways that I'm feeling. And I'd be kind of crazy to not think that it's that.
Yeah. I think sometimes there are, especially depending on when you started smoking and all of that stuff, or like how your body is, some people just outgrow it in like a very short amount of time. Yeah. They'd be like, oh, this is thing that is no longer serving me. Like it went from, oh, this helps me eat and this helps me relax,
to it's making it worse. Yeah.
And I applaud people for making the decision of like, oh, this is a thing that's no longer serving me in this way, so I'm going to stop doing this thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I am, but I cannot stop. Most things in my life I'm able to quit cold turkey, but this I cannot because of eating. If I quit smoking altogether, I will not eat for days. Like it's going to be very, very hard. I'm going to lose more weight. It's going to make me more depressed. It's going I have to wean slowly do it so that I can start right now I'm only gardening before meals. That's it. None recreationally, just during the day, and not every meal. Only if I need to. Every time I eat, I'm trying to do it first without it, and then if I can't or if I don't really have the appetite, I feel anxious around it, then I'll garden just for that. So, yeah, it sounds like a long time, but it's really not considering how old I am. Like I started in 2018, which is relatively low. I started right before I had kids, so I was 28.
You waited till like late in life.
Yeah. I was much older. I was like 27, 28. 27, 28, somewhere when I first started.
That feels like that's what happens with people who start, like, if you start later in life, you just be like, oh. Yeah. Okay. And you do it for however a couple years and it becomes a thing, and then you be like, oh, I
also think I just have oral fixation. Like sometimes I just be wanting to smoke. I don't even want to be high. I just the act of doing it is what I want to do. Like especially now I got my styling going on and I'm working a lot more. So when I'm sitting there and I'm locked in and I'm working, I don't necessarily want to be high, but I want to smoke. Like it's a part of it. So I think I might get me like a CBD pen or something like that. Something just so that I can, but it's not affecting me in that way.
One of the things that I'm realizing is I enjoy being active. So, and because I've been more active, I don't drink nearly as much. Mm-hmm. I don't do nearly as many of the bad things because I'm like, oh, I need to take care because I want to be able to go lift tomorrow, and I want to be like decent in the gym, and I know I'm going to go play basketball, and I want to be able to move around. Yeah. So that also helps.
Liquor was easy.
Yeah, to give up. It don't move me.
No, it doesn't. I can understand how it does because a lot of people really do loosen up.
It's their social lubricant.
But I don't need that.
I also don't want to loosen up.
Stiff.
I'm fine because y'all be wilding. Yeah. And I got to keep my wits about me.
I was literally thinking you got to keep your wits. Yeah. Because, but it was easy for me to give up liquor, especially because at the end of the day, it feels like this is not, I get hangovers.
I do not.
Yeah, I get hangovers. So this is not worth it. This did not make me enjoy myself any more than it would have if I didn't drink, and now I don't feel well the next day. It's not worth it. True. And there's no really like social drinking for me because my tolerance is so low. If this is the cup, let's say this cup, you guys can see, let's say this cup was filled to the brim. You couldn't put another drop in it, right? I drank this much.
You got a sip.
I drank this much of that cup, the white, if you can see that. And I was like, ooh, I don't need no more. I'm a little toast. I don't need nothing else.
Dog.
So there's really no social drinking because one drink and I'm done for it. Like that, like I'm drunk after one drink, so it's not no social drinking. So I just don't. Like, I'll have one every now and then. Like I drank when we went out to California. Mm-hmm. The alcohol didn't stand a chance against the amount of weed I had in my system. I drank while I didn't feel drunk not once.
Well, no, because you're in Cali.
Yeah. And speaking of that, it's like I went to California for an adult recently, for the first time as an adult recently, especially since, as an adult who participates in those type of things. But before that, I was going to Vegas, and that was working for me. And then I went to California. Then I went back to Vegas. Bro, I'm never coming out here for weed again. I'm never coming here for weed again.
California was the first place it was legal, I believe. California and Denver.
It's so much better there. They have so many more options. The quality is so much better. And then Vegas is people live in Las Vegas, yes, but like people live in California. You know what I'm saying? Like like weed is legal in California. When you talking about Vegas in particular, the stuff that they sell, like I'm not even talking about the quality. You can't get a gram in a pen there because everything is in such small amounts because everybody's only here for a little bit. They mostly sell disposables, so you get a pen. It's all in one. You use it while you're here. You can't even get anything more a gram. Like everything's like 0.8 in size. They don't even sell the carts in a full gram because ain't nobody here. But then you got niggas like me. I smoke like a train. It's pens, but I smoke like a train. So what's this finna do? Girl, this is finna be gone.
Nothing.
This is finna be gone. So I was like, yeah, I'm finna have to take my little, when I need to do my little re-ups and stuff, we got to start going California. I haven't been to Colorado, so maybe we'll go out there.
Colorado's nice.
I heard the air thin. In Denver, specifically.
Yeah, you high up. It's nice out there, though.
I would. I've always wanted to pass out. I told you I wanted to pass out. I never did that before. Maybe we need to go to Colorado. Pass out in a controlled environment. Like I'm sure they used to people passing out.
I'm sure we could go find like a cabin.
We should take a little couples trip whenever we all.
So this is the thing. I would be down. I just don't be wanting to plan it because I know I'm gonna end up planning it.
You don't have to. That'll do it.
He might. We have to get some other couples though. Make it interesting. See, your face went. I don't know. See, now you adding.
Because now you adding people. Okay, let me tell you. When I went to LA with Vet, one of the best vacations I ever had, I didn't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. Same with when I went to Vegas with my homegirl the next month. I didn't have to do anything. But with my homegirl, one thing I really, really appreciated was she was like, hey, you want to go? I said, yes. She said, pick the day. I told her to go ahead and pick the day. Just let me know. She said, okay, I booked the hotel for here. I sent her the money. And then when we got there, we just took turns ordering the Ubers, and she sent me my money right away. I sent her money right away. It ain't no, okay, well, when I get paid. That is perfectly normal. Yeah. But it's like, it's just so like when it was just two of us. Ain't nobody else that we got to go collect no money from. We ain't got to wait on nobody. The smaller the amount of people it is,
the easier it is.
But everything got to be paid between you and me. Bust it down the middle, and then we just go. And once you start adding in other people, you know that shit don't ever lead a group chat anyway. That's 6 people at least.
So the only time I've seen it done as an adult, one, I didn't plan anything. I was just told when I gotta send money and where I gotta send money to.
That's what I like.
And cool, and we did that, and that's all that I had to worry about. I had to get my own flight, and I was told when I did was easy because we all ended up on the same flight anyway.
Well, I don't know no other couples besides Tiana.
She's coupled now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long that been going on?
They've been together since last year. Cause I know last year we went on a double date to this little thing called the chopping block, like this cooking competition. That was in like November, December of last year, and they were already together then.
I wonder if that's because I saw someone at homecoming.
Probably so.
Okay.
Yeah. He had locks.
I can't remember.
If he had, yeah, that was.
It was homecoming, bro. I was.
Oh yeah, cause she didn't go to PV. She was there with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did he go to PV?
I believe so.
Okay. I didn't know him.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people.
He's from where I'm from. I don't know him either.
Really?
Yeah, she asked me, did I know him? And he, like, I think maybe 2 years older than me. I think he's 30, 35, something like that. A couple of years older than me. He from the same place. I don't know him.
Sometimes, depending on HBCUs be big, but they be small. So depending on what you did or what your major was, I might have never run into you. There was one time, there's a place we call Hobart, Texas. Hobart is like across the world on campus. It's away from everything else. The only people that be over there is the business students. When I was in PV, the business students and the band folk. Mm-hmm. So if you was interested in girls that like all of the cute girls that did business, you might never see her. Mm-hmm. Especially if she commuted. If she was just at Hobart and then she left because she lived off campus and she lived like somewhere and she commuted, she's never gonna catch her. It's infuriating. You saw her once and now she's disappeared. Or she's an ag. She's getting an agriculture degree. She's on the farm the entire time. You have never seen this girl.
Did I tell you Vet tried to break up with me?
Okay, is this one of those he tried to break up with me, or did he actually try to break up with you, or
no,
did he said the thing and you perceived it as like I'm not getting you tacos and therefore you?
No, that's childish. He actually tried to break up with me. He came in and was like, "Hey, you want a job?" Ugh!
See, when I asked you if it was a thing or it was just a thing you perceived,
you want a job?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Putting together some damn shoe boxes. Nigga, ask me if I want
shoe boxes.
Not like the storage, like the clear ones to put your shoes in. Like they don't come put together. You got to put them together. And so he was asking me if I want. I said, nigga, next time ask me, do I want to help you with something? Don't ask me if I want no motherfucking job. Nigga, I thought you was trying to leave me. Do I want a job? What you trying to say? I got to go back to work?
Fair. Speaking of having to go back to work, have you seen all this like Remy Ma, Papoose, Clarissa Shields?
No, I haven't. But 2 different people have tagged me in videos of Clarissa Shields talk about she needs your help. Come help her with these. Won't y'all leave this lady alone for she whoop my ass? What the fuck? Leave me out of this. What is wrong with y'all? Do not tag me in her videos. Say I need to come help her for she beat my ass. Want no fucking smoke with Clarissa Shields? Are you crazy? She looks fine. Clarissa, you look amazing at all times. Fuck what they talking about. You probably could come help me. Please. The fuck are y'all talking about? Leave me out of this.
So you have no idea what's going on in any of the situation? So basically, okay.
Besides they saying she can't dress. That's the only part that come across my time.
So she is dating Papoose, who is I think, their current or ex-husband of Remy Ma. And sorry, that wild ass audio came out of Remy Ma being like, "Why you have to punch that nigga in the face? I was about to be done with him. Now I gotta keep fucking with him so he don't fuck up our shit."
Wait, who was she talking to it about?
She was talking to. There was a voice note that she sent to Papoose.
Did he punch somebody in the face
because she slept with him allegedly? And she was like, she tried to get that shit off. She said, nah, I was about to be done with him. But then you punch him in the face. Nah, I gotta make sure you don't press charges. So I gotta keep fucking with him. So, yeah.
No, why would you go and make the situation worse by putting your hands on that knee?
You really tried to get that off. Is crazy to me. Yo, so yeah, that shit is hilarious.
When niggas,
But basically,
sometimes don't make me take the side of men, because when they be up here trying to tell us that we don't take accountability, this not what they talking about, but this is what they should be talking about. They never use it properly, but you got the evidence. This is what they should be talking about. They never actually say you don't take accountability when they should. But this.
Oh my God.
Before you continue, there was this video of this girl. Her name is Thickney. You probably seen her before. Her username is Thickney. She's so funny to me. But she's like, it seems so serious, but if you know her and you follow her, you know it's not true. But she's like, yeah, Rodney finally left me. I hope y'all are happy. He's finally gone because I cheated on him. But that dude come around here saying he had better dick than my nigga, so I had to prove him wrong. I'm not gonna let nobody say nothing like that about my nigga. So I had to. And guess what? It wasn't.
Oh, yo. The internet is a crazy place.
I really be scrolling and just be like, how do y'all think of that? What are we going? What y'all been through?
Yeah, because I would have never. What? And the fact that everybody saw it and was like, "Oh, we're gonna blow this up because it's so relatable," also makes me feel like, "What are?"
No. Oh, are you talking about what I just said?
No. When everybody, because this is like, how did you create this?
Oh yeah, any of it.
Yeah. Oh, but okay.
Remy Ma Papoose.
Yeah, so that's the background to that. So Remy Ma, so Papoose is dating Clarissa Shields, and because Papoose is she's been reaching out to Nicki Minaj in her DMs, inviting her to fights, and I just feel like yes, and I just feel like why? Like this feels like this is like you're not a rapper. This is not rap beef. This is like why are you trying to? It feels weird and unnecessary.
Because who gonna beat my ass?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. What you gonna do?
Remy shoots people.
And hit bitches in the heads with
yes.
Oh no, or was that the Brad? No, I think that was Remy Ma who went to. I think that's what she went to jail for. It was a bit.
No, Remy Ma shot somebody allegedly. Mm-hmm. I don't know for sure.
Well, somebody hit
the brat hit somebody.
It was the Brad. Okay.
Allegedly hit somebody over there with a bottle. She was not fucking playing.
I don't argue. I just hit that bitch with a bottle. You ever heard that song? You remember that song?
I do. I remember when I was like, yo, what the fuck are y'all on, bro? That's such an extreme.
For it to be a song.
Yes.
But like, not I don't fight, I don't argue. I just use whatever I happen to have to win.
No, specifically hit that bitch with a bottle.
I hit that bitch with a bottle.
Nah, bro.
Full,
what you on?
Empty, don't matter.
First of all, have you ever seen somebody get hit in the head with a bottle?
Not in real life.
I have. I've seen a couple of different ones.
What's worse, if it break or if it don't break? Probably if it don't break. Ooh, this bottle just bounced off your damn head.
This is the thing. If it don't break, depending on how they hit you, you might be straight and you can fight back. If it do break and you start bleeding, you're going to be distracted by the fact that I've been hit in the head with a bottle before and it broke.
I would imagine that it breaking would do less damage than it not breaking. Like you got the glass.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining how hard the bottle has to be for it to not break. I'm imagining the same amount of pressure. Yeah. With two different bottles, I'm imagining as the person being hit, you get more damage done to you by the bottle that doesn't break.
No, because you're more than likely, if you hit somebody with a bottle and it breaks, you're gonna cut your hand.
Well, I'm talking about for the person getting hit.
Oh.
Do you feel like the injury is worse if it breaks or if it doesn't break? I feel like if it don't break, like if you get hit in the head and it don't break, the injury is probably more because it's more like blunt force versus if it breaks, the bottle wasn't as hard. You know what I'm saying? It's my theory in my head, but I ain't never been hit in the head with a bottle.
So it broke. It also depends on how hard the person is swinging it and how there's a bunch of different things that go into that. Like how strong is the person that's swinging it? How hard is the bottle? How big is the bottle? Because I got hit with a regular beer bottle. I've also seen a motherfucker get hit with a champagne bottle. And that was a very different. And that motherfucker shattered.
Oof. Can you imagine throwing a bottle? Look at something like a Patron bottle. What if a Patron bottle just came flying?
That's the thing.
Head?
Like when you get like them type of bottles, you would almost hope that it breaks.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I would think that it would be better for it to break. Yeah.
You want that type of bottle to break.
Right.
Because if it didn't break, you got hit with a part of it that is harder to break.
And it's going to do damage to you. Yeah. Something is getting hurt.
Yeah.
And if it ain't the bottle, then it's you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about like beer bottle. Like I've been hit with a beer bottle, but like I've seen like champagne bottles and them thing there.
Oh, the accent came up.
Sorry.
I don't know that. No, I don't know that.
Where was it from?
It sounded a little Caribbean or something. I don't. No. It sounded like somebody from the Caribbean living in the UK.
That's probably. I was around a lot of them. It's sometimes it just slips. I get like Englishisms.
Yeah, the UK part of it made me uncomfortable. I felt like you was gonna try to take something that belonged to me. I don't know. I feel like you just gonna try to take something.
Yo, I have Englishisms that like make little one don't like when I said taking a piss. Mm-hmm. She hates.
There's a video of this girl saying English, saying like
Englishisms, and someone having to guess what it means.
No. She's saying them, but in American accents, like in regular, like just in American lingo, like American accent, but that lingo.
You finna piss me off.
And now I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna have to send it to you. I'm drawing a blank because I can't think of any of the ones that she used, but it was funny hearing those things. And then I just saw a video this morning that was like British people call sprinkles hundreds and thousands.
I don't remember, and I don't care to recall.
Then Vet sent me a video this morning of this girl talking about 100 American girls versus 100 UK girls. And she was just like, we gonna fight back, but she's from the UK. She was like, we gonna fight back, but she was like, have you ever been on holiday in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive? The American girls will fight there. They don't care. She said a lot of Americans have been to jail.
When it comes to like convicts per capita, we as a population. The comments is like, and make sure we come over there to fight for y'all because we don't have health care over here, so you don't want to get hurt over here. It's about we don't have health care, we gotta win. Like, niggas be like, yo, I'm not finna lose and have a hospital bill.
I gotta win. We gotta win because we don't have health care.
You got me fucked up.
I cannot let you touch me.
It's literally the real life equivalent of like your mama being like, hey, you finna get a whooping because you fought. You're not finna lose and get a whooping. Like, I'm not finna lose and have this hospital bill. Absolutely not. Yeah. I refuse.
It's entirely too dangerous over here. We just don't have. I said that when we was talking about 100 Americans versus 100 British people in general. Like, we don't have much to lose. No, they already took our rights.
They taking our rights. Sorry, that still makes me. They take our rights. Well, because it's not this thing. You have to laugh. Yeah. Because if you don't laugh,
it gets
so dark.
When people ask me like, "Oh, why are you like this?" Trauma, coping. If I don't laugh, I will cry.
Absolutely.
One day, now granted, this was around I was on my cycle or whatever, but I was scrolling and saw something and laughed so hard that I started crying. The next thing I know, I was sobbing, sad, just full on like.
First of all, we've talked about this before, and I understand that periods are one of them times that men are not allowed to mention it. But one of the things I will say is, period horny.
Here's the thing. I know you're going through it because she told me about it. I said, hey, friend. Well, I came over last night. As soon as like They came in. I was in the back. I came to the front. I spoke and I said, "Come with me." I was doing my skincare. I grabbed her. We go to the back, leave the boys in the front or whatever. I said, "So how you been?" She was like, "Girl, I'm on my period. I am horny." I said, "Well, if you want me to, I mean, I don't know what we came here to play games. I'm not sure what y'all trying to be on, but I can talk to Vet, I guess, to see what he told me, bingo or like game or whatever. He told me to pull the tapple out, but if y'all trying to be on, I guess we could just, I guess maybe we got to work with him though. So like, I guess I'll talk to him and see if this is a part. So I know you going through it because she told me.
Oh my God. This is the thing. She just be objectifying me. just everything, just every. I can't do anything without like there being appreciative. There's an appreciative like moan or grunt every time I'm doing something. Like, all right, calm down, little mama. She literally, this is the thing. I equate period horny is teenage horny. Mm-hmm. It's unreasonable.
Yeah. I've been there. Right now, though, I be plexed up when I'm on. I want to fight everybody. Whoever I want to smoke with, whoever want it with me. You ain't got nothing to do. You want to fight? You bored, nigga? You need something to do?
I got time.
You walking around looking like you ain't got shit going on. We can get some shit mixed up if that's what you're trying to do.
God damn.
Yeah, it's not a good time. And then I fight, and then I be mad, and then I be sad. Cause why did I act like that? I jacked him up yesterday. Listen. He was kind of understood because I know
like, yo, what's
happening. Because let me tell you what he did. He said he didn't do it, but I didn't do it, and it's only the two of us. I cannot stand for there to be more than one of the same thing open in the house at the same time. It drives me up.
He told me about
this. With the syrup. Yeah, I yoked his ass up. It drives me up the fucking wall. And he talking about he didn't do it.
Oh, he told me about this. He was just like, I got yelled at today because of the syrup. I said, nigga, why did you open the syrup?
He did that shit with the milk.
He said, I didn't know I did it.
Do you know how long lactate lasts? Have you ever drank lactate? Or have you ever bought lactate?
Yeah.
Okay. Lactate is not regular milk. That shit lasts for months. Like if you buy a gallon of lactate, today is June 1st. If you were to go to the store and buy a gallon of lactate, that shit probably won't expire till July 31st. That shit lasts for months. It expired. That's how long it was in there because it was 2 open things of milk in the fridge. The same milk. That shit drives me crazy. I can't. When I went in that cabinet and saw that both of them syrups was open. Just the other day, I turned the oven on. I pulled my little pan out. I'm finna make me some biscuits. I go in the kitchen. I pull out my butter. Why is my butter brown? I take a picture of it. I say, what is on the butter? He says steak grease. I'll be more mindful going forward. I closed the butter back up, put it back in the fridge, turned the oven off, went back to my room. I'm not shit. Why is there steak grease on the fucking butter? You're supposed to put the butter in the skillet, not the skillet in the butter. You're supposed to put the butter on the steak, not put the steak on the butter.
This is the thing. I understand how it got there and what he was doing. You just cut that piece of the butter off as well, and then you put that in there.
Or you do that from the jump.
Yeah.
So I haven't had butter since.
You gonna get new butter?
Yeah, it's one in the freezer probably. I just gotta take it out and but then there's gonna be 2 open butters. But the difference is
I be forgetting that you can freeze all types of things like
butter.
butter.
I buy the packs of butter. Usually come in like a 4-pack, or if I buy the Kerrygold, then it comes in 2. But I buy the packs of butter and I keep one in the freezer, and then we just I just pull it out. When the one that's in the fridge is out or almost out, then I just pull the other one out.
I've also been trying to use less butter and use more like oils, like olive oil.
I don't really ever use olive oil. I use avocado oil more than olive oil just because it has a higher burn point. I tend to just turn the shit all the way up.
Heard. trying to think. Oh. There were things on the. We went on a fucking rant with Papoose. Oh yeah, Ja Rule walked his daughter down the aisle to get married, and I feel so old.
Why?
Because Ja Rule has a child that he walked out. How old is Ja Rule?
12, 13, probably 13 or 14.
Ja Rule is 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
What would I be without you, Ja Rule?
Mm-hmm.
In your head, he's 13 or 14?
No, he's 13 or 14 in real life. His birthday is February 29th. He's only had about 13 or 14 birthdays.
His birthday's on a leap year.
Yeah, his birthday is February 29th. So he's only had a few. And you know what? I never thought I would be able to use that information. What are the odds? That fell right in my lap. I just happened to know Ja Rule's birthday.
I had no idea where that was going. I was like, ain't no way he's 13 or 14. I was like, this man's... I was like, is she referring to the way that he looks? I'm missing the joke. Something's happening.
I never thought I would be able to use, like, anytime I've been able to use that information, it was because I brought it up. Fun fact, Ja Rule's only like 10. Yeah. Like, it's just me.
But that was just, it was so relevant.
Right in my lap.
Yeah. Goddamn.
It's a good day. I might go play the lottery. That was pretty good.
Because who knew that was going to happen?
And I haven't thought about Ja Rule or his birthday in so long. So you said it, and it just, immediately. I have no idea if it's like 13 or 14. I just went based on the last time I've had this conversation, which was a few years ago.
I was mad. Maybe had one birthday since. He was beefing with 50 Cent. There's no way he's that young.
He has walking his child down.
Although 50 Cent do seem like somebody who would beef with a toddler.
Yeah, I feel like anybody is probably in the line.
He don't discriminate. Yeah, everybody can get it.
Yeah. And personally, I love that.
You'll always know where you stand. Yeah.
Yeah, and we know that about 50 Cent. I actually asked people to stop tagging him in that video because I didn't want no problem.
Like, hey. Once he start over here, he don't stop. So like, hey.
But this nigga sued me or something.
Yeah.
Like he did Tierra Marie.
Is he still posting about her and not getting his money?
Not getting the money for some fucking shirts or something like that. The fact that 50 Cent ever fixed his mouth to say, what'd you say fuck me for? You did something, nigga. You did something. I don't know what, but you did something.
Oh my God, bro. That nigga sometimes he is hilarious.
50 Cent and Future. Well, Future, not Future no more. Really, it's 50 Cent. 50 Cent is my problematic fave. He's one of the ones that it's just, I want to hate him so bad because he's clearly a villain. But it's so funny. It's just so entertaining. It's hard for me to hate. It used to be Future too. But the things that 50 Cent do are petty. But I don't feel like it's like there's no. You could be 80 years old still acting like 50 Cent. I absolutely believe it's malicious. But you could be. There's no time limit on his version of petty. Future still rapping about you 50, bro. Talking about I know I can get my bitch back. And
is he 50?
Damn near. He's in his 40s. I don't he's 40 something.
That's crazy.
And then his hair. He didn't cut his hair. It looks very odd.
He cut his hair? Mm-hmm. He don't got the dreads no more?
He got hair, but no, he doesn't have locks anymore. But it's not like a low cut. Yeah, it looked a mess. He debuted at the Met Gala. Well, I saw it for the first time at the Met Gala. I don't know if he had popped out before that, but yeah. Yes, but Future has made it a little bit easier to go ahead and, you know what I mean. But 50 Cent, man, what? He's just like just like a little comic book villain.
He is. And it can be vastly entertaining. Because there are ones where I'd be like, bro, this was stupid and not at all even entertaining. But 50 is like...
He was beefing with his son at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the whole... I don't think he was beefing on the internet with his kid.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. But it's not...
I would never want to ever be in a position where I am actively beefing with my child online.
Boosie put out a diss track to his daughter and her mama and his baby mama. Like, he put out a diss track for the both.
I don't take Boosie seriously. There is not one thing Boosie could ever say that I would ever take seriously. I don't even, and I try not to think of it because he's just got too much going on. Boosie's
hilarious, but the level of problematic that he is does not cancel it out for me. Like it does. Like when he comes across my timeline, I watch the video, I laugh, I may like it depending on who's posting it. But when I'm sitting, when I go to the comments and it's like they could never make me hate Boosie. Boosie has absolutely already made me hate Boosie. I will never forgive Boosie or any of y'all defending Boosie for hiring prostitutes for his kids. Or telling people, I'm out of insulin, I really need some insulin, and going to get insulin from your supporters, knowing that shit is very hard. But he might have paid him. I'm not gonna say that, because if he paid him for it, then that's, you know what I'm saying. And he does have diabetes, so if you need it, and that's how you got to get it, as long as you compensated them for it. But I don't know, like, if I'm not mistaken, the nigga once cut up a honey bun and put it in a bowl with some milk and ate it like cereal. And then you got the nerve to be on here with diabetes, the sugars.
Let's not talk about those. Remember, I told you we was gonna talk about men that we actually do think are good. Did you think of any?
Did you mean specific men or type of men? Like
so I thought of like specific dudes that I like when they come across my timeline. I stop and I listen because they usually say something good.
Oh, okay. Deontay
Kyle was one of mine. I had Justin Scott, who is
he's new to me. I've been seeing him because of Deontay, I think. They get compared a lot. Or
low key, Justin is a poet. Mm-hmm. Like, and people don't realize that that's what he's doing, but Justin is writing poetry, and that's what he's presenting to people. He's just not presenting it as though it's that, but what he's doing is poetry. Mm-hmm. Mark Lamont Hill, I stop whenever I see him. Ryan Clark, who talks about sports, he be on the Pivot podcast. I stop whenever I see him. Professor Odie, I stop whenever I see him.
I don't know this. There's a guy, but I think he was a football player. He looked like an athlete of something. He looked like a football player.
He be on a podcast?
Mm-hmm. Dark skinned guy. He got a low haircut.
Ryan Clark.
Okay. Yeah, I like him. I didn't know his name, but I like him.
Whenever Ryan Clark says something, I generally stop and listen. He recently got into it with RG3. Mm-hmm. Did you see that?
But he got a white wife too, huh? That's the only thing I know about that man. He played football and he got a white wife. I don't know what it is. I don't know what RG3 stand for. I don't know what team.
So that was the first thing that what's the name said about him? Like Ryan Clark was like, because he made all these comments about Angel Reese. I'm talking about Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark and and all of these things. And while he's doing it, and he was doing this head nod and finger pointing impression, ghetto impression of her, and his wife, this white lady, is in the background kikiing and clapping and whatever. And Ryan Clark accurately points this out and says, bro, we know that you're not doing is having conversations about what black women are going through in your household. He's like, and I'm not saying that because you chose a white wife. I'm saying that based on your behavior and how you're constantly making jokes about how much you love milk, and the fact that this is your second marriage to a white woman, and the fact that you seem to value her because she is white. He said, and this is the other thing. I think that she's more than just a white woman, than just someone who is special because she's white. I actually think that she's more than that. But you seem to be talking about her like her value is the fact that she's white, and that's weird. And niggas tried to act like they didn't know that's what Ryan Clark was saying, which is incredibly weird to me, because I was like, I know exactly what he's saying. And I went and watched the video, because a lot of people didn't go watch the video where RG3, the initial thing that RG3 said. I went and watched the entire video, and no, RG3 was wilding. And his wife being in the background did not help anything. And you've been corny, bro.
Yeah. I don't know that man. That's the only thing I know about that man. Football player, white wife. I don't even know why I know that. But that is old news. That's not. I don't know that because of this. But that, I don't. Maybe he said some shit in the past like this before, and that's why I know that. Because it's not just because he got a white wife. Because a lot of these motherfuckers got white wives.
Because he played at Baylor.
No. Oh. What? College football?
It was in Texas. You was in Texas. You don't pay attention to college football? He was really big. I'm sorry. I'm a guy, so I be thinking that women pay attention to sports like we pay attention to sports, and y'all clearly do not. I had to go back and just realize you didn't really know who Ryan Clark was. I had to I said Ryan Clark and then you described him and I was like, oh, she didn't know who this was. My bad.
He a football player?
Yeah.
He looked like it. He looked like a football player. I have never seen that man a day before in my life.
Cornerback and I think safety.
The only time I've ever seen him on my timelines, he was talking, but it wasn't about sports. He looks like a football. He has the face, not even his body, because he be sitting down. He has the face of somebody who plays football, which is not an insult. It's not ugly, but like I said, I described him and I said he looked like he played football, but I didn't know that. So, but yeah, I'll stop and watch his videos. There's a couple of other people that I follow. There's a guy named Dev the Menace. He be dancing a lot, but whenever he does talk, I always stop to watch his videos. And there's a guy that I'm mutuals with named Kima. I always stop and watch his videos, but I don't always agree. But I don't always agree. Not somebody that I agree with.
Kieran Gaines. He's the dude that he talks about mental health. Mm-hmm. And whenever I will stop and listen to him whenever he talks, because he's not your typical like social media influencer. I'm trying to give you these like tips for mental health that are going to help you. And they're like, he's talking about incredibly nuanced things and giving you things that are going to help your entire life and not trying to like get you to buy this into this like quick tip bullshit.
Here's my e-course and a little self-help journal, guide, book, template, ebook.
Yes. And I don't fault people for having those things because you should get paid for your labor. But like the way in which you sell that to me and how competent I feel like you actually are.
Yeah. And
play a difference.
As somebody starting my own business and as somebody who is not a hoe, like I don't like to hoe people. I don't like to get over on people. I don't like to take advantage of people. And I need to have value in the things before I put them out.
Yeah.
That's not the way of the world. I started taking screenshots of every time somebody asked me to style them, just so that I can putting them in a folder, just so that when I feel like, girl, what the fuck, who qualifies? Like when I'm sitting there like, now what justifies me to raise my prices? This. I have to go back and remind and look at the folder of all the people saying, I love the way you dress. I need you to dress me. Just take my card. I just need you to. Okay. All right. Let me remind myself what the fuck I got going on. But that's how I get comfortable selling things, because people will go viral one time and be like, e-course. Here's the template. Crazy to me.
I have never in my life thought that, because I realized how useless it is to go viral once.
Ooh, I hate going viral.
It is the most irritating thing.
Yeah.
I would much rather consistently get like 50 to 100,000.
I would feel like 100,000 views would
continue to like live my life and do whatever and not have to worry about things.
Yeah, for sure. I hate going viral, especially because it's so often that you go viral for stuff that's not your typical content. Like you make one-off video. I told you I had to delete that video. I had to private that video of my youngest son dancing, doing a little Michael Jackson dance when I was like, what you gonna do for them oranges? Because he has the number one amount of likes on my page. You out your goddamn mind. Because I go to people's page. Before I follow anybody, I usually sort their videos by popularity to see, like, if you got 1 million followers, do you have one video that got 1 million? I mean, if you got 1 million likes total, is it because you got a video with 900,000 likes on it and the rest of your content is trash? Or do you put out, I always sort their videos like that to see, like, where you get your claim to fame from. And then I just imagine somebody doing that in the first video being my kid. That nigga not even that funny. Nah, they really are.
They're pretty funny, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Well, are we podding again this week? Or are we podding Saturday?
Yeah, it'll be next week, because I get the boys tomorrow.
Indeed. Well, we've been here for a while. So why don't we go ahead and jump back there? We still did not get to this question of the week, but that's okay. We'll save it. But yeah, thank y'all for being here another week when you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be right here, liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving comments with timestamps, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all for being here. I have been RJ, the Friendly Neighborhood Dom, and this is
Tammy,
aka
Big Rocks,
not the little one,
never the little one.
And we're your favorite not safe for work coworkers, some of you the best coworkers in the world, and we'll see y'all back here next week. Peace.
Bye.